Yeah, I got it.
All right, shalom, shalom. Good to go. We good?
Yes.
All right, shalom, shalom. We are the brothers of the Great Millstone, the branch here in Chicago. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakakadash.
Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all our fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity. And to those few walk that are listening. And we just gonna go in the spirit, jump right into this thing. Anybody got a subject matter that they wanna? Because I do. All right. I just want to give brothers. But I watched the video last night, right before I went to sleep, and I did a response to it this morning. And actually, this cat sent it to me. I don't know what time he sent it to me because I fell asleep. I said some prayers, fell asleep, woke up, checked my phone, and had a message, and opened it up, and it was a dude from Israeli News Live, and Stephen Banoun. And basically, he was talking about the new Prime Minister of Israel, which is his name is Naftali Bennett. All right, so this Naftali Bennett is talking about building the third temple. 1 Corinthians 6:19, Bible shot. And it's like, look, you can't build a building. Acts 17:24. There is no building that you can build where the Most High is going to dwell in, man. That's not what that's talking about at all. The building of the third temple is you're looking at it. You've been watching it all along. For those of you who've been watching it, the Hebrew Israelites that have been and the Great Awakening, which got the whole world nervous at this point, especially the elites of this society. The common, average Edomite, they have no idea what's going on. But the elites of this society, they're very well in tune. They know. And I know that they're watching the videos as well, too. But if you want to...
Can I hit this video?
Absolutely, brother.
This Jeremiah 7:4. Trust you not in lying words, saying, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord are these. That's plain shit. They ass lying.
Yeah.
Psalm 58.
Damn, well, with that... that was the ultimate cut, man. I mean, that was that one hit of quitting. Round just started. But go ahead, brother.
It is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19. It says, what? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, which is in you?
Right. So our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit, man. It's the body. That it's basically the house of David being rebuilt. Amos 9 and 11. Amos 9 and 11.
Amos 9 and 11. It says,
let me see. Start at verse 9.
It's Amos 9 and 9. It says, for lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations.
You see, so that's what happened. We got sifted among all nations. So this isn't about color, like some people may think, or you may hear them say the black Hebrew Israelites. It's not about. They make it about color. Esau matter of fact, there's no such thing as black people, and I get tired of saying it, but at the same time, I'm gonna keep saying it. Mm-hmm. All right, that's the social construct. It just needs to be erased, man. All right, all I see is a bunch of brown people, man, different shades of it. Okay.
It says, like as poured and sifted in a sea, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Right, and that's speaking about the elect, man. Because we literally got sifted among all nations, man. It looked like a guy just walked by, was a Moabite, man. All right? We got sifted among Moab. And it's almost real easy to pick Jake out among them.
Yeah.
It's real easy among Moab, because Moab, and Elam too, because they so goofy. They so weird. And then when all of a sudden one of them just got flavor, you like, it's real easy. You want them scattered, man.
All right. You watch that Bollywood shit.
Oh yeah.
Tell which one's Jake on that.
Maybe
just Jake demeanor, how they sit. They sit cool and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It says all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. We say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent them.
It's June. Right. Those guys. Those Paul was going off guys. Those right. They know Jacob's trouble guys. John wasn't in the truth. You know, those type guys, man.
Right. The book of Hebrews is not the,
The,
word of
the
God.
book of a whole book. You know, to think that someone to have that much arrogance and pride in protecting their own life because they got cut. You go, I got cut with a scripture from Hebrews. Well, that book ain't really supposed to be in the Bible anyway.
Right.
So now I ain't cut because you, man. Wow.
And which they'll try to say it didn't say thus saith the Lord.
Well, these are King David's Psalms, and his prophecies all up in the Psalms.
Yeah, but guess what? It also says as it is written.
Facts.
You know, meaning it goes back to the Old Testament.
They letting you know where it came from. And as a matter of fact, all through the New Testament it says as it is written. All right. When the prophets were speaking, because look, man, the disciples of the prophets come back. Just like the men now are those same men come back. And you have no idea who you're talking to or who you could be offending. So you got to be very careful how you tread when you're dealing with brothers, man. Yeah. Even brothers who outrank brothers. You don't. The newest guy coming in could be. You have no idea. You don't, man. So you really got that. That's why it's a brotherhood. You have to be brotherly, man. Right.
The Hebrews quotes the Psalms. In fact, they quote the word. It's perfect that it quoted the Psalms. The word's so raw, and you can see everything far off. The Hebrews 10:7 quotes the Psalms 40:7. It says, "Search the book. It is sloppy."
Lo, I am written in the Bible.
The volume of the book.
But it's raw as that because you like to say 10:7, 47.
Right. but it lets you know that the whole book is legit.
Exactly. The whole book is legitimate. Point blank. Period. All right. You can't pick and choose. You know, this ain't the flavor of the day, man. This ain't 21 flavors or 30. What is it? 31 flavors? What was that place? The ice cream place? Yeah, this ain't the 31 flavors, man. All right? You just can't pick and choose what part of the script. Then you just like the Christians when they come to that.
Yep.
You know, or some of them guys, they so bad, they not only got rid of Hebrews, they got rid of the whole New Testament. Just like them imposter Jewish people over there in the land of Israel, talking about they gonna build a temple, man. When the temple of the Lord is the awakening of the 12 tribes, man. Finish that. I mean that Amos about to show.
Amos 9 and 11. It says, "In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof."
And that's what you're seeing, man. When you see in the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom standing as brothers. All right, doing this work as brothers, facing the consequences and facing the wrath of Esau in the world together as brothers, man. And you can't turn that back. The Lord did this, man. And I scattered brothers among the nations, man. Look, man, that's a GMS Saudi Arabia, man. Man, come on, man. It's a wrap. This is of the Lord, man. This ain't a man's doing, man. All right, because I can promise you that Apostle Tahar, Ramlab, Rakar, or Apostle Kabar, none of them got on the plane and flew to Saudi Arabia, all right, to go set up some camps over there, man. That sounds like something that jet setting, duffel bag taking Nate Satan would do, man. All right, it's like, man, and I you know what? How you got GMS Italia, GMS Germany, Australia, you know, Australia. Kenya. Hey, Shalom, brother. Hey, Kenya, yeah.
And then a while back, you saw it was in Chinese or Japanese and stuff.
You got GMS Tanzania.
Tanzania. Khan, brother. You're right. And then all them yeah, whoever those people are in Korea and Russia, in Poland, that was that translated my damn videos, man. Somebody's watching over there, man.
And that's prophecy, really, because you're not supposed to go just yet. Say, Ruth the 4th chapter says that what they got about the word. The word goes out and says, "When you leave it to the unicorn to do this labor." Yes, the Lord left it to the internet to do the work. We preaching it, and the unicorn is bearing that burden of going everywhere. You know, the word itself is gathering the people. That's all it's about. It shows the might of Yahweh Shai. Not you going to start a camp in some other place.
Yeah, then you can go start a camp in another place. Then you gonna turn around and charge them for a starter kit.
Right. You get mad when your picture's not on the wall. You saw that video?
Yeah, man. Wow.
They put their own. They took off the kids or IUIC pictures. They put their own pictures up. So when the brother went visited, he was giving report to Nate while they was doing the video. Nate was pissed off.
Wow.
You gotta have their videos, their pictures up on there. Fuck are you, man?
This is a guy that's looking to be. He wants his consolation on this side. And guess what? Nate said, "You got it, bro. You got it. Y'all jet setting. You know, y'all got yachts and big homes and big bank accounts.
Ric Flair.
Y'all over. Yeah. Y'all right. Y'all Ric Flair on their asses. You know."
Right,
Yeah.
arms right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, and from what I can't prove it, but you got these testimonies are coming from your own members and former members. Y'all running through the women, y'all passing the women around among yourselves. Right? But she my wife this week, brother. But I'm done with it. She your wife this week. That kind of right, exactly, man.
And even if they didn't do that, they had already pushed adultery when they told, and that they actually did push that. They said that fucking women that had men that wasn't in the truth, they was to leave they men and be with a man that's in the word. That's wicked, man.
That's
What about
First
first?
Peter 3.
Con.
Exactly.
Go ahead, bring it up.
God.
Yeah, that's beyond wicked, man. Well, you know, baby, women are always on the comment board. I'm always talking to people. All right. And, in the moment I found out a woman has a husband, I let her know that, her faith could possibly save her household. And then I also let her know if her man is not saved, don't worry about it. The Lord gonna give you a husband. That's literally what I tell her. Said, you ain't never gonna be alone. Ain't gonna be no single women in the kingdom, man. Ain't gonna be no single women in the kingdom. Every woman is gonna be accounted for, man. All right.
Which means you're gonna be sharing your man in the kingdom.
That's right.
That's
more
what
women than men.
There's more women than men. It always has been, always will be, and that's why it's that way. That's why Isaiah 4:1 reads the way that it reads.
Yep.
This is 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives," meaning the conduct.
There you go.
Right. So he wondered, like, damn, these changes. She's doing this, X, Y, Z. She more humble. She's subject to me. What's it about that you went to? So then now he asking questions. Now he do what? He goes and get counsel from the men of the Lord.
Yep.
And if the spirit is on him to get it, you're gonna get right. Or it's gonna just be a nigga, and it's gonna be an Abigail situation.
Right. It's gonna be an Abigail, and that's exactly what I'm explaining to him. One way that, because if I see you just continue to be the good wife, the Lord sees you.
Yeah.
And if he a effed up, nigga who just abusing you and not being right by you, don't worry about it. You keep serving the Lord. The Lord gonna take care of it.
Right.
And then,
So we got trials.
Right. And then if he said, then he might see, damn, man, she stopped running her mouth. Damn, what? So what is this you talking about? What is this you be watching? And he might watch and be like, damn, you know what? Where these brothers be at? Then he might come down, or start watching it. There it is, man. We don't know.
It was a brother, the older brother, Rapop. Nazariah was around. It's a bunch of shit. That's how he learned the truth. That's how he found out. His wife knew first, and then eventually he was like, "Well, shit, what's up?" And he came into the truth.
And well, that's how it was with the elder Banyamian down in Mississippi, because he was actually scoffing it when his brother was in it, because he didn't know what it was about. He did it in like
Ignorance.
And straight ignorance. He didn't know. But then he saw his wife. She was getting into it. She started acting different. And watching the videos, he got into it. And now, guess what? He's out there teaching, man. He's been teaching for over 10 years.
That's beautiful, man. Call Allah, how much I got a sister that I've been talking to, my little sister that I've never even met. All right, we've been talking all the time, and she watching my videos all the time. And we talking all the time. She got a husband, man. I ain't met a husband. Don't know if he believes, but I know she believes. All right, and that her faith could possibly save him, or he might see the difference in her and be like, okay, so what's this your brother talking about? So you never know, man. You never know. So these guys who push that, man, that's false doctrine and it's wicked, man. And the Lord don't deal with people like that.
scripture. This is
Go ahead, brother.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 19. It says, "We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star rise in your hearts." So it's better to to nestle upon a thing than to scoff or buck up against it. But what we telling you, we know we got the truth, man. You can't come up here and think that you're gonna try to persuade us otherwise, man. Because we're gonna just debunk it through the spirit, and it's either you're gonna be a demon or you're gonna get with it, man.
Yeah, and especially if you educated by Esau. All right, we already know that you beat, man. You're gonna come up here with your PhDs and your masters and your bachelors. You're just gonna get embarrassed, because you're not gonna outdo us with these scriptures, with this history. All right, it's not gonna happen. Especially those of you who've been it's kind of like how Jake pick up a instrument, and perfect example. One of my favorite movies is Nick Cannon. He a straight up nigga. All right, but that movie, Drumline. He couldn't even read music, but yet he was the best drum player on the damn team. Best, that's me right there. But the best drum player on the team, man. Right? He couldn't read a lick of music, man. All right, and then Esau. He plays an instrument, and it's almost like robotic. He can play the same notes, but can't make it sound like Jake can make it sound, man. Like the way Jake can pick up a lead guitar or bass guitar and just make it sing, and then Esau pick it up and he can play the notes. What Esau's good? Esau's a really good background guy. You need a guy in the background to just hit them notes.
Yeah, they're good at
They're good at fundamentals. Yes. You need that really good background guy to play the rhythm guitar section. Esau can do that.
Yeah.
But he can do that part. But what was his name? How James Brown always talked about that one, which is why he fell in love with Bootsy Collins, man. Because he didn't care what you did in between, as long as you came back on that one. So they would play the beat, and then he would go off in his own thing, and then he go right back to the assigned beat. See, only Jake can do that, man. Because we truly are the salt of the earth. Okay?
That's right.
But back to this temple thing, man, about the shop. Acts 17, 24, and what's the other one? Acts 7 and 48. Bring it out, brother.
This is Isaiah 66 and 1. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, the heavens is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that you build unto me? Where is the place of my rest?"
Come on, man. It's like, why are you gonna build something build unto me, man? Basically, what do they call it? Them things that they used to keep in the bar in the olden days? A spittoon. You know what a spittoon was?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a nasty ass thing that all you did was you spit your tobacco and spit in it, man. All right. And my father's mother, man, she's Gadite, 100%, man. Shoshone. And she chewed that back. That's what she called it. All right. She used to send me to the store to go get it when I would go visit. All right. Her daughter had a store, my aunt, and she would send me to the store to go get her backer, that red man. And when shit read about her, she was round as hell. And she would chew that back, and I hated that shit because it was so nasty. And she would spit it in empty milk cartons. All right. And I remember one day, the last of the damn, what was it? What you call them shit? With the little, with the moon and the stars and what you call that cereal? Lucky Charms, man. I poured the Lucky Charms and last of the Lucky Charms, man, and grabbed her damn spit shit. The milk was right next to it, man. That shit grossed me out, made me so mad, man. What the fucking Lucky Charms left either, man. That was it. That was the last of it. Yeah, it was like, you got to be kidding me, man. And that made me hate that shit even more. Anything related to tobacco, cigarettes, that shit disgusts me, man. All right, back to the task at hand.
This is Acts 17 and 24. the Most High that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
Right, so the Lord don't dwell in temples made with hands, man. And Salakia, we all just got confused for a moment. That was a distraction. We had,
Especially a couple of them out here.
we had a pack, you know.
Right. Fuck that.
We had a pack roll by and just kind of we trying to figure it out. But you know, ain't to see what in our kingdom that you're never gonna have. You're gonna know a man, you're gonna know a woman. There's never gonna be a confusion like that.
Right.
Man ain't gonna have long hair.
Yeah.
You know what he has fucking bricks.
Yeah, or have him taking drugs when he actually has breasts too. But then at the same time, you got a big ass Adam's apple.
And
So-
5 o'clock shadow.
Right, at 5 o'clock shadow, but none of that shit go together, man. You know, I used to try to mix, and I was sucked at it. That was like one of my mixes. Every other song, I might blend one song, then everything else be all fucked up. That's how that was, man. I could have got good if I just wasn't into it, but anyway. But go ahead, brother. Get the other one.
Verse 25, neither is worship with men's hands as though he needed.
But read it again, Baba Kashab.
Okay, come. Acts 17 and 24. The Most High had made the world and all things therein,
Right?
seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
So that cuts all your churches. Anyone you've ever walked in, everyone you've ever touched, anyone you've ever looked at, the Lord don't dwell in them. All right? The Lord dwells with his men. All right? That's who he dwells with. All right? The tabernacle of the Lord is with men. What men? Men of the 12 tribes, the house of David, man. Look, you cannot have the kingdom of heaven without the house of David. The house of David is the rebuilding of the house of David is the governing body of the kingdom of heaven, man. Point blank, period. You can't have one without the other, man. Well, Yahushua is the ultimate head. All right? So.
Neither is worship with men's hands as though he needed anything, seeing he giveth to all life and breath in all things, and hath made of one blood all nations of men for to dwell on all the face of the earth, and hath determined the times before appointed and the bounds of their habitation.
There it is, man. And their habitation, their balance is about up, man. Metallica ain't gonna be walking by all proud either with a smirk on his face. All right? Right. Sandman coming tonight and shit. Fucking Metallica. Go ahead, bro.
This Hosea 3 and 4. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without a teraphim. So these are priests. This for one is our rulership was taken, all right, and our priestly things were taken, all right. But let's see when it comes back. Afterwards shall the children of Israel return and seek Yahweh their power, and David their king.
There it is.
And shall fear Yahweh and his goodness in the latter days. So in order for this temple to be established, all right, with for one, we got to acknowledge the Heavenly Father, which they still say Hashem. They don't call upon the name of the Yahweh.
Right.
And then they don't mention King David.
At all.
All right. And furthermore, when the temple is established, that's going to be us. All right. That's going to be us, man.
God. Psalms chapter 127, verse 1. It says, except the Lord Yahweh build a house, they labor in vain, they build it. So the Lord didn't sanction for that temple to be built, man.
That's right. And that's right. Then you got it. And then he didn't sanction for it to be built at all. And at all. And then, like you said, the building of the breaches being closed up is the awakening of the Israelites. But let me read this real quick, because there was a brother did a beautiful lesson on this, on that term, aha. All right, and he used the character of that Eddie Murphy played to prove it, man. And then he went into all the scriptures to show you that there was an ancient Jewish saying that Jewish people still say to this day. You know, aha, tricked you. All right, right. Yeah. So this is Ezekiel 36 and 2, and it reads, "Thus saith Yahweh power, because the enemy have said against you, aha." All right, even the ancient high places are in our possession. All right, and so what ancient high places? The land of the Lord, man. They're in our land, claiming to be us. All right. When it says, verse 3, it says, therefore prophesy and say, thus saith Yahweh power, because thou hast made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and you may be taken up in the lips of talkers and our infamy of the people. And that's us. We got taken up, right, with the talk, and we're infamous. Let that car be a curse on him, man. Let him crash. That was unnecessary. He didn't like hearing the word so much that he wanted to do all that shit. Damn demon. He looked like one of them old fraternity African loving motherfuckers too. All right. But it says, let me just jump down to verse 5 to get the point. It says, therefore thus saith Yahweh power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart and despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. So we've been casted out for a prey, as these Idumeans, which is a Greek way of saying Edom, is sitting in the land of Israel. Right? And it's kind of suspect how the word Idumea got into the Old Testament too, man. Why is it even there? You know?
If I may, real quick.
Yes, you may, brother.
I got the definition of aha. It says used to express surprise, triumph, or derision.
And that's a proverb among the Jewish. All right. Aha. Go ahead, brother.
This is Ephesians 2, and Ephesians 2 and 19. Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of the Most High, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Yahushua Mashiach himself.
So that puts the apostleship, the prophetship, above what you would call the average priesthood on this earth right now.
That's right.
Because we got a high priest, that's Yahushua, man. And furthermore, we all are priests right now. So the hierarchy on this earth right now is the apostles, the prophets, man. So anybody call themselves chief priests, which they can't even prove their lineage, their record, all right? Hey, it's going off, man. Yeah, that's just a side note. But go ahead.
It said, now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and the household of the Most High, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Yahushua Mashiach himself being the chief cornerstone.
Right? That's the chief prophet, the chief apostle, and he's actually the high priest, Yahushua, man. Go ahead.
In whom all the building fitly framed together groweth unto a holy temple in the Lord.
There you go. So we are that temple, starting with Yahushua. All right? And then it says that he built up to make that temple, man. All right, that's what Colossians, the first chapter. We are that church of Yahushua. We are that building, man.
Can I read this evidence? This I looked up the term aha in Jewishness. So it says, take on me, what is your Jewish aha moment? You got that, brother? I just want to make sure the people out there watching can see that.
Can I take a quick snippet of the video, or you guys don't want?
Yeah, you can do that all you want. That's fine. You can even go watch this on the YouTube too.
Okay.
Right, we live right now. You can watch this live.
Okay.
All right, so it says, and I'm gonna read this. This is by Rabbi Marcy N. Bello. So this is a woman rabbi, by the way. Before I even read it, give me the 2 Timothy 2:11. All right, she said that, you know, that's just like with these Christians with all this. My pastor, she's a woman, and my deacon, and she's a woman. That's
First red flag.
That's against the Bible.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody's a Christian until the scriptures come out.
1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to assert authority over the man, but to be in silence.
But to be in silence, a woman can't usurp the authority over the man. The Lord didn't set it up. The Lord is about order. There's an order of things. He even tells you that. He tells you God, who the world. Read it, brother.
It's 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua.
And that's who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Go ahead.
It says, and the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is who?
The man.
Not necessarily.
The head,
Next rolling. Go ahead.
it says the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahushua is Yahweh.
So there it is, man. It's God, man, woman. All right? Not 50-50 and equal and even. That's not godly. That's not biblical. That's a man-made doctrine. That's basically Christianism.
If you read Exodus 19, he said, "I shall make you a nation of priests."
That's right.
Right? He said a nation of priests, man. Meaning the men of the tribes.
It did right here from Revelation 1:6. It said, "And has made us kings and priests unto the Most High, His Father. To Him to be glory, to be forever, ever. Amen."
There it is.
And don't say queens and priests.
There it is, man. All right, this is going back to Rabbi Marcy N. Bellows. All right, it says, recently a congregant told me about the wonderful program in which she participated as a teenager. While on a youth group retreat, the attendees were asked to reflect on the big defining moment for their involvement in Judaism. They were asked if they could identify one event which was a turning point, which led them to say to themselves, "Hey, I like this Judaism thing, and I want it to be a big part of my life." Oprah Winfrey, of course, popularized the term "aha moment," but dictionary.com notes the term etymology goes back to 1939. Now it goes way back before that. All right, these moments are the big ones that become turning points for us. Perhaps we discover something novel about ourselves. All right, so basically it says I began to ponder my own Jewish aha moments. All right, so that, like I said, that's a common term, verbiage among them. All right, if they get one up on you, if they trick you, if they get a joke, they say that. It's common among them. So they said, "Aha! Now our ancient high places, your ancient high places, are in our possession." They're claiming to be us.
We you then.
All right. Pretty much. And you just you just black, or whatever we call you.
You
just a Hispanic.
just
You're African.
Oh no!
You know?
One told
You know?
me. One told me on the internet back in 2007 on the comment board YouTube. He said, "Yeah, we know y'all father's blood ain't go back to the Israelites, but your mother is African, so they make you African. Just go ahead, be happy, be happy." Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So he know the truth, but they give a damn.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's going by, basically, Esau's very comfortable in their delusional lives.
Yeah.
All right. He'll gladly stand on the podium and take the first place trophy, standing up higher than everybody else, second and third below him, knowing that the race was rigged, that it was already set up for him to win, right? That he know he couldn't have beat neither first or second place. He could never have beat them, you know, if it was an actual, you know. But he's very proud of that first place trophy, and he gonna show that shit off, wear it, stand there. Yeah, this is they boasted it.
The crowd boosts him up.
Yeah, he's fine living that delusion. Like, I'm number one. I did it again. Once again, I'm number one. Aha!
They got a meme out there where you got the little cartoons of different people who won their medals, and this dude, like, he won like third place, but he's biting on the medal and he's spraying the champagne, and then you got people in first and second place just looking at his ass. What the fuck?
That's a nice meme. Right, he in third place. But, you know, it depends on how many people was in it. Because the flip side of that, if it was 100 people in that race and you came in third, you actually did pretty good. You made it. You on the podium.
Get the bronze.
You know, but no, but now we live in a society where everybody gets a medal. So the first place, second, and third, you know, they it's like, well, damn, I placed third place out of 200 people.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it don't even matter because everybody else got a medal too. It's bullshit, man. And that's who you're gonna look at funny It's like everybody else biting on their metal,
It was,
popping the bubbly. You know, you ain't even on the podium. Niggas on the podium looking at y'all like.
when Boston won when Boston the Celtics won the championship, I think it was Scalabrine, but it was this Edomite looking dude. They interviewed him after the game. You know, they won the championship. They said, "What are you going to tell your kids about you, or how you feel about not playing one game or 1 minute in the finals?" Because he was on the bench. It was Scalabrine, right? Scalabrine. I said, "Icon." He said, "Well, in a few years, I'm gonna tell my kids that I played in it." He said, "The time come on, I'm gonna tell them I started in the game."
Damn.
He told them that in the interview.
Wow, that's what it's called.
That's
That's what it's called. His story. His
Right.
story.
Right.
Story.
You know, there's a common saying that unfortunately, if this society was to go on 100 years from now,
Yeah.
when you would look up people like Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, they'll actually be white.
Oh,
You know,
they'll flood Inglewood, turn into a lake. They say, hey, we're no Negroes over here. This Lake Inglewood.
so there you go, man. Bring it up.
It's Job 13:4. It says, "But ye are forces of lies, ye are physicians of no God." You know, so that's what they do and stuff. They want to change everything from all its facts and stuff into the ways that shows off good.
Be proud in that delusion, man.
Straight from the womb, born speaking lies.
Oh, you be as I tell you, you're a bunch of Africans and you're a bunch of Asians from Siberia. You ain't no Israelite. The DNA said that. Yeah, I came with the DNA saying,
I determine what the DNA is,
Right.
and I determine that this DNA is yours.
Yep. Go back to
All right.
James
So
chapter 7.
so what if I just made it up?
Gun.
And no, and go give me that wisdom of Solomon. Let our strength.
The law of wisdom.
Solomon, third chapter.
Second chapter.
Second. No.
Yeah, Esau could care less about facts and proof and stuff. It's just like now, you know, in my own personal situation with the court thing, I was able to prove in a court of law. Well, actually, I wasn't, but I was able to prove and show forth the evidence that a fraud was committed against me, and I can't. And so what the judge did was the judge said, well, you didn't inform everyone of your intentions. So I did what the judge did. I went back and informed everybody that was involved. All right. So now all her criteria has been met, and she's still sitting on it without cause.
Right.
She has no reason not to rule on my case, and then to rule, there's no other way she can rule except in my favor. So I win. If it gets in court, I win.
Right.
So she's being the gatekeeper. She's keeping it out of court. So now the Department of Justice has been involved.
Right.
All right. And we'll see what happens now. We put Satan against Satan. We'll see what happens, because that's going to go on record now, and we'll see what comes of the whole thing. But once again, you just can't believe in Esau no matter what the case, because even when you do prove him wrong publicly before everyone, he'll just change it, everything, and change it and say, well, that doesn't matter anymore because this, that, and that.
Or he might leak your videos off the internet.
You know?
You're
right. We're looking at all this evidence that's clean. Oh, what evidence?
It's like that movie, Ghost of Mississippi. He murdered Vega Evans. Everybody doing parade for Mr. Delay. It's obvious he murdered the Jake Edgar Beverly stuff, and everybody they say, hey, he's a hero. They ain't telling you why he's a hero.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they don't, cause what, he killed the nigga.
Yeah.
Right. So Esau has even when you catch him up, he'll just change the rules right there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like playing a game with a little kid. Rules change as they go along. Go ahead and bring it out, brother.
Wisdom of Solomon 2:10. Let us oppress the poor righteous men.
Right.
Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age.
Right. So fuck the fact that he won our game. Another perfect example was that movie Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh, I got to.
The kid he knew all the questions. And what did they try to do? They got angry that he knew.
Right.
And when you cheated, he said, "How the fuck did I cheat? I'm sitting right in front of you, guessing that." Right. They just couldn't accept the fact that he came from the slums and he knew all the answers.
Yep.
And he knew all the answers because of his life experiences. He didn't have no. He hadn't went to no prestigious colleges or anything. All right. He actually went on the game show. All right. And his life experiences is what got him through. All right. And he won the show. And they just did not. They wanted to just change the rules and not pay him.
Right. How dare you win?
How dare you? Exactly. Which is similar to what I'm going through now. How dare you prove? How dare you show us all our faults and all this law and all right? We all got all these master's degrees and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in degrees, and here you come with no credentials or nothing, and you go right through our system and show where we're committing fraud and how we're violating civil rights and this, that, woo wop and bam, and then you come with a lawsuit asking for all this money too. How dare you?
How dare you mess up?
How dare you? How dare you use a system that we created to defeat us?
That's how we doing in the spirit, though.
That's why I'm talking about it, because that's exactly what we're doing. All right, in the spirit, we're doing the same thing. Go ahead, brother. Read it again, Bob the show.
Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
So let our strength be the law of justice, because basically they're at this point. Okay, you caught us, but so fucking what? We got police officers, sheriffs, and military. What you gonna do about it? We just won't put your case will never go before the courts, buddy. All right.
They'll take your papers and take a black mark and mark it.
Don't matter. I mean, there's copies of it, and it's all. But nevertheless, the point being is that if it don't get presented, right? If they just close the door every time I get there, closed.
Yep.
But I see y'all open. People are in the heat. Nah, well, but we're closed.
And then going into that scripture at the end part where it says that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. That's like the nice guys finish last. Really, they're trying to say that really the righteous or the humble or the meek, you basically don't get it, man. Basically, in this society, it's set up for the meek man to lose. But little do they know, shit, the rabbit's got the gun now.
Right.
So that little man that you've been fucking stepping on, the Lord had gave him a toy that you can't fucking squash him with anymore, man.
Right.
And that truth that you found to be nothing worth is the thing that's giving us the strength to get up out of this shit, man.
Really, the nice man when they first fucked with him.
Yep.
When they first did something wrong against us. That's what a nice guy was. Because you exposed yourself.
The truth has come out. Matter of fact, that you get that second con, brother. The truth has come out, and it's basically it's like a damn shotgun wound to the face, man. Their face is open wide up. Right.
What you had said.
Can't breathe with a big hole in your head, man.
Like a train with no brakes. A runaway train with no brakes.
Con. I did say that. So you didn't. Con.
All right. I got one more. Verse 12. It said, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doing.
There it is, man. We are clean contrary to their doings, man, because we're actually trying to live righteously, and we're pointing out what's righteous and what's not, and that we clearly live under a system of things which righteousness is pushed to the wayside, and they do wickedly, and they basically they're making unrighteousness good. And righteousness bad,
God. He upbraided us with our offending the law and objected to our infamy, the transgressings of our education.
And I can imagine how when that judge see that paperwork, especially since in my paperwork too, it actually points out too how that the judges are getting kickbacks from this illegal activity. Pointed out, it's in my paperwork too about the offshore bank accounts in the islands that they got. So basically that's what's going on. The judges are actually getting paid from this fraud, that Title 4D fraud that they institute on so many millions of American, mostly men, and they're getting kickbacks from that. And so basically you got to understand, man, it's me against $1 billion business scheme, and it is a scheme, all right? And she's trying to protect it. No matter what. All right, because basically, it's what do they call it? Ransomware. You know, because now they're talking about all these vulnerabilities to all these attacks now.
What they doing
And which they're doing themselves. And I always say that, man. Look, the cyber shit is the easiest thing to use to change policy and bring new forms of oppression because you don't have to produce any proof. It's almost like me just being able to point at any individual and say, "Well, you robbed me,"
Right.
and now just because I said it, it's so. So now the police swarming him. He ain't never seen me. He gets swarmed in every direction, like just because I said it. And that's basically what they do.
The classic boogeyman is the USSR, the Russians, but they created, but the bankers created USSR.
Either way, they like creating a boogeyman, like you said,
Yep.
that just can't be seen or found.
Right.
All right, you can't produce, evidence. You robbed me. They be like, what the fuck? I don't even know.
You resisting by saying I don't know what's going on.
Right. It's all right. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. You know? It's like I ain't seen this man from Jack. I don't even know this guy.
You got a weapon in your hand. What the hell are you talking about? Right.
Second Ezra 6.
Come on, brother, bring it out.
This is Second Ezra 6:27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared.
Right, and the truth which have been so long without fruit is being declared, man. See, that scripture was written, and it was written for us during this time. That was a future prophecy. All right? That was a prophecy. That truth is being declared now. Okay? And the people in power don't like it. It's like I said, we was a break dancing crew. You know? We was out here break dancing. You know? We was out here pop locking. Or singing. Barbershop quartet. You know? They wouldn't have no problem with us. We got a bucket. The Edomites would come by and stand around and take pictures. Throw money in the bucket, give us a thumbs up, all goofy like. They came with thumbs up with rhythm, man.
Yeah. Well, I remember we was down.
They gonna give a rhythmless thumbs up.
We was on State Street. Anybody walked up. We said, "Hey, how come y'all not dancing and singing?"
Ain't that bad?
Y'all dancing,
Now, he lucky that
We about to pound. We want the pound on him.
Yeah, I know, man. You
Y'all
have to be
dancing.
spiritual about it, but he lucky that the brother didn't meet him at the end of the street,
Right.
and put the flops on his ass.
Y'all dancing, singing, singing the word,
Right.
Time.
Yeah.
We
Like
were
I
we were
dance.
singing a song that he didn't like.
Right. Killing you softly.
He
With his
couldn't
words.
he couldn't understand it, man.
Right.
Con, killing you softly.
With his words, and how his words.
Con.
Music style is nails on the chalkboard to his ass.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Psalm 64
Why don't you
and
guys
7.
dance? Fucking
But the
red.
Most High should shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly they should be wounded, but they're gonna be exposed.
Con.
Your wound open, you're exposed. Then verse 8. So they should make their tongue fall upon themselves. All the seals shall flee away, and they constantly tell on themselves, man. They own people tell on them. They tell on themselves
Constantly.
They slip up.
Majority of the books that I have, the last couple videos that I've done, which was very condemning critical race history facts. All the books that I'm using to bring out this factual critical race facts, all right, historical facts, were books that were written by so-called white people.
Right.
This is information that they put together.
Right.
All right. So it's the Psalm 64 and 8. Their tongues is falling upon themselves, man. Okay. The real, they were angry about the book Right Fragility. All right, that is being required reading in the military now. And Right Fragility is written by a so-called white woman, man. And she's talking about your whiteness is fragile because you're racist and you benefited from rape, robbery, murder, and there is a privilege in this society. And she's putting and the white men are like, bitch, shut up. Stop saying that.
Right.
Shine
the light on me.
Right. Stop shining a light on us in here, man. We trying to be in the dark.
Right.
And she just aggravates them. She keeps putting that light in their face.
But don't postcards, the pictures they take, it's up on the internet. You just type on the internet, Indian massacre or lynching, it just pop up. They cram.
Yeah, I just read it. I just read an insert out of the book, Hidden Heroism, because there's an Edomite that came on Joe Rogan's show and talked about some MOA gene that's inherently in blacks or Africans. Look, Africans are not the same people as black people.
Right.
Black people, there's no such thing in the first place. So everything he said was him controlling the narrative with social constructs that were created by them. And then he said they have an inadded gene in them to be violent, and that all the white people left Africa as if they were from there. Right. So he's speaking all kind of just madness and scientific lies, mumbo jumbo. Right. And the reason they left because violence was no longer needed, and all the white people became mostly farmers. Motherfucker, what history book have you been reading? Right. You know, the so-called white man conquered the world via the sword, man. Right. Christopher Columbus, Cristobal Colon said he never put his sword down in 40 years, man. All right? And the fact that the islands are full of mostly Southern Kingdom and not Northern Kingdom is evidence of that. He never put his sword down, man. Because those he didn't put to the sword, he sent away into slavery. All right? That's why them Spaniards are so good in sports and that dance that they do. All that shit they do. There's so many jakes among them, man. Because the Seville, Spain became the reverse slave capital of the world, man. So via Seville, Spain, the Northern Kingdom got shipped all over Europe, man.
Oh, they'll teach you in Spain if you can't dance. Like, hey, you're a white boy, you can't dance.
There
That's
it is,
exactly
man.
what they'll say.
There it is, man. Go ahead, brother.
Psalms 50 and 16. It says, "But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?"
Right, so they never should have picked up the book, man. The book didn't belong to them. And they tried to place themselves in a book in a place where they didn't belong. All right?
Seeing thou hast hated instruction and cast my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him and hast been partaken with adulterers.
Right, and that's basically what they do, man. Like in their wicked court systems. They have you swear in on the book of the Lord, and then they put it behind them, and they bring out all their own statutes and shit. And judge you not according to the book. All right? Because why? Because, look, private prison is money. All right? And I guarantee you, if you actually enforce the laws of the Bible on the public when they committed laws, you wouldn't have no bunch of people in prison. And you wouldn't have people running around murdering people either. Because if you got put to death the same way you put someone to death, publicly in front of everybody, every time, that
It says to do it before the public.
Yes.
It literally tells you to
Yeah.
take away evil from the people.
there you go. So if you rape somebody, you raped a woman who was married and cried out, and you got put to death before everybody.
Yep.
Look,
Motherfuckers only rapping about adultery so fucking much.
Oh, yeah.
Or singing about it.
Right.
yes,
Or who's making love to your old lady while you was out making love.
right,
Or a song took me forever to catch on to. I didn't realize until I thought about it.
yeah,
Mrs. Jones.
yeah,
That shit is about adultery.
Yeah.
Mrs. means she's married.
yeah. Both those songs about adultery, man.
Hey, you know what's
He
another?
sung his soul in that. He put everything in Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones.
Billy something. I can't think of
He broke down.
Yeah,
She
Billy
sung
Preston.
that.
and he loved right. He was in love with Mrs.
It
Jones.
was come up.
Didn't want to let her go.
Billy Preston.
Billy Preston. There we go.
Paul. Right that song.
Say again.
Eyes to words and faith.
Brown eyes, man, R. Kelly.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do. You know, it's funny too. Just like in jail, how they got prison laws where they separate and segregate in jail because they like it'll be too crazy. Which means there's some kind of order in prison too. Even though it's fucked up there, but they got the guards let the prison use their own politics just so it can be used.
Yeah.
Because they'll keep the so-called blacks so-called this game because it's gonna be chaos every single day.
Right.
This society, no, everybody mixed together.
Mhm.
You know. So it's order. We need that. We need some kind of order.
Exactly.
Like Psalms 50 and 19, it says, "Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thy own mother's son." These things hast thou done, and I kept silence, that thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I reprove thee and set them in order before thy eyes.
Right, that payment is coming, man. And the Lord has set us in order before their eyes, man. And they don't like it at all, bro. They don't like it, brothers. They shook up behind this.
They delete video and talk about brotherly love.
Damn.
Like, what the fuck?
Damn.
Right, we ain't even saying you piece of shit, Edomite, and you
Right.
did this, you did that, you going into slavery. Right, you talking about brotherly love. They're like, oh, we can't have these guys getting in order and being brotherly and right, trying to come together and all, you know.
That's like you being scared to
Right.
child. They got
Me-
rubber duckies.
Meanwhile, the dudes throwing up all them dumbass hand signs,
Right.
you know, smoking weed, and like you said, rapping and singing about popping their neighbor's wife when he go to work. You know, backdoor lover in two ways. Right. You know, right. He coming in the back door and he coming
Popping
in
the
the back door.
Right. Coming in the back door.
Right.
Back to back.
Because he ain't trying to. That's right. Because he ain't trying to drop no seeds. So there you go, man. And the bitch down for it, though. You know. So
Yeah.
there it is, man.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, they got Chirac gang territories and stuff like
Yep.
that, documentaries and videos, people getting shot up, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, people
Yeah.
be the pretending, making it one pretend to get on blowjobs.
And then they wicked as hell, man.
Just like
And then they.
the Jake that got shot in college.
Yeah.
Gurgling on his blood, his life, man, the spirit was leaving his body.
He couldn't speak. He was trying to say help. He was on the live chat with his friend, or whatever. Some niggas rolled up, shot the cop 12 times. He tried to scream out, speak, help, but he couldn't just kick off. He got lit up. That shit on the internet. All over. You got, right, speaking of war stuff, you got bitches. They got video with niggas fucking a bitch or running train on a bitch, or whatever. And then her nigga called, and she still dealing with the dudes talking shit. This is big.
And she dealing with dudes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a classic video on there.
Are you serious?
That shit was trending like it was a trend of videos.
That's-
Not just
I love
one
you,
video,
all this
series of videos, man.
That's like
And she on the phone
For her niggas.
getting drilled
Yeah,
by a group of dudes
yeah.
while she on the phone with her man. Boy,
That's America. But the black woman is God.
And that stay up. They don't take that video.
Oh no, they don't take that down, but
Right.
we tell our women to get right. Don't be harlots. They delete that video.
Yeah. Because it don't benefit.
But yet, fucking what's
That
the
just
two black
pissed me
bitches,
way the
Cardi
hell
B and the other black man bitch,
Blaming it on
Stallion.
thinking they
Wow.
fucks.
Well, just Stallion. A stallion is a man horse, you dumb bitch. But
Right.
anyway, you should call yourself a fucking filly. But anyway, they was
No,
it shouldn't be wet ass pussy. It should be wide ass pussy.
facts.
Wallless.
They was on stage on a big ass mattress fucking each other basically on one of those award shows, man.
And there's rumors that she's a man, and if that is, if it is, listen, just for they didn't got some white transgenders out there or whatever doing that shit. They'll have a nigga going off looking at him, and he don't even know.
Well, that happens all the time, man.
They did that in the Beyonce video.
yeah, they did with single ladies.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was,
That's
well,
my
it was a
song.
couple. It was a couple of
It-
chicks.
it-
in
the
there.
black one.
Bunch of those, yeah, the chicks in the background was a man.
Both of them?
At least one of them.
Hey,
was.
look, I'm gonna tell you, man. Something that happened in real life, and this was probably about a good, 13, 14 years ago, right around the time I was coming into the truth, right before or right after something, I don't remember the time frame. It was right before, right after. But I remember riding the lakefront with my wife. We was on the lakefront. We had just, we used to ride the whole lakefront. We was all in shape back then, and we had just rolled all the way up to Hollywood. I think we parked at like 35th, and we rode all the way to Hollywood and was on our way back. And when we got to like Diversity, we had just passed Belmont. When we got to Diversity, we decided to stop, grab something to eat, and then continue riding. So as we started coming into Lincoln Park on Diversity, and we start, you can hear this loud ass house music. All right. So so we start riding toward the music to see what was going on, and it was the Pride Parade at the end of it.
No.
And it ends right there at Diversity. That's where it ends at. So we coming off the lake on the bikes, and I know what the fuck, and we just, it's so in the distance, and I just see this float, and all I see is a whole bunch of big ass, big titty women, and all in Brazilian bikinis.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, damn. And then as I get close, you know, and I get closer, and then it didn't even dawn on me until later that they were all dudes.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you, and we're talking about these hips, thick lips, hips, ass, all that, man. And that's the whole point, that they were all dudes, man.
You can't tell.
And so that's I was like, and you know, even my wife was like, those are men. But we both looking at her. She like, what the fuck?
It was a beautiful nightmare. So like, not
It was disgusting, man.
Yeah, there's a video on Worldstar pretty much what it shows is that it's like an old Edomite woman, and she had no teeth or nothing, but she got fake teeth.
Oh yeah, I saw
And
it.
makeup and whatnot. She looked like she was 20-something years old.
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft, man.
Wow.
That's not really witchcraft, brothers.
Oh, no.
Makeup
Okay.
is in the scriptures. That means it's demonic. I mean,
you can picture
it's
the women
fucked up.
compare
It's
to
the
face.
seat.
it's fucked up.
false advertisement.
Yeah,
Alright,
that's
don't
not
overdo it.
witchcraft.
That's
The tranny shit is
just
witchcraft.
label it.
The makeup is not witchcraft.
Yeah, that's some serious.
Some bitches need that makeup.
That's some.
Let's be honest.
That's some serious false. That's false advertisement deceit, man. Right? And personally, I don't like them. I ain't never been down with no woman that wears a lot of makeup because I've been I've been disappointed before.
It's horse.
You know that damn. Well, you know, I was with a broad, and that makeup came off, and I was like,
Oh,
damn.
you gotta leave for the makeup come off, elder.
You know?
Don't let that
No.
image creep in.
No, man. Yeah. Well, brother, they fucked it all up.
Right.
Fucking
Fucked it
Wayne.
all up. Little rich Edomite in Alameda County out there where all the rich people live too, man.
Damn.
Go ahead, brother.
Somebody got something?
Yeah, that shower water hit her face.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, damn, I didn't know you for 2 years, and that's what you really look like?
Damn.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 30. Take a good heart of Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. For they like to see us go off and everything, and to have our women out in the streets and have our hands taken off our ass,
Yeah.
calling ourselves Black, Puerto Rican, Mexican, and et cetera, and shooting each other.
That's what they want, man.
Right, and disrespecting our parents.
They want us out of order.
They want us out of order.
And so they're gonna support that, man.
Yeah, because they keep
Right.
they keep us from our power. You read Isaiah 59:1. It says, "Well, our iniquities keep us away from your
The
house."
sinners of our people shall die, man.
Yeah.
You like you read in Amos,
Yeah.
right? The sinners of our people shall die, man. All right, and they want to keep us in sin. That's basically what they want to do, man.
It says, we'll skip down. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. All right, so the table's gonna turn over, man. The rabbit gonna get the gun.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that was a meme that came out a couple years ago that had a lioness with a high-powered rifle laying in the grass.
Oh yeah.
I love that meme. Said now, I think it said something to the effect that now it's fair, now it's even, or something like that.
Hey, we were able to do that.
Yeah.
Judges in the kingdom. We would had the lions hunt their ass and the rules and
Well, Yahweh before the kingdom, man.
yeah. Oh, those two lions down on Michigan
You know.
Avenue. The artists too.
Come.
Yeah.
Before it happens, Yahweh Ratazah, man.
Yeah, come.
Because it got to be chaos on this side, man. The animals gonna be running. Matter of fact, First Corinthians, the 15th chapter, start at verse 40 first. Baba Shah. Yeah, man, because look, the Lord said He's gonna give us knowledge and understanding of the elements, man. When we get that change, we gonna have command over that.
Yep.
All right. If you wanna pack out, if you wanna run and just run around and just have a pack of lions running with you. Can you imagine that, man?
Yeah.
I'm just trotting around with a pack of lions and they just right there with me.
Yep.
Right there with me. Right. And then I just stop and I look and they just get them.
Hey, this shit.
Right?
Hey, Lord, what,
I don't even have to say it. I just look. Well, if I look at you, they in the spirit okay, him.
What the scripture said they should be a league.
That's what we're saying right now.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened on this side.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's gonna, and here's the reason why we do this work, out of fear. And I said it earlier today, man. If any brothers don't desire to have that, then you lying.
Actually, if you don't desire to have that power, you actually, you can still be elect because the Lord is merciful. But that's what solidifies us.
That's the ultimate prize.
That's I got
serving the Lord. All right. He said to live to see my enemies fall, man.
I got
or what's the other scripture said? We gonna
wash our feet.
Wash our feet. Come on, man. How could you not think? Tell me you don't want that. That's a good claim too, brother.
And she what Birch? I love Birkenstocks. Yeah. Anyway, this 1 John 3:1. So this 1 John 3:1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because we know him not. We love. Now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him. We shall see him as he is. And every man that hath this hope in him purifieth himself, even as he is pure. So having that hope to get these powers to be changed is what purifies us, man.
Because I want to run with the lions.
God,
I want
to be a God. I want God mode, man.
Right.
I want Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, it's limited, bro. I want real God mode, man.
And the thing is, I don't even really need the lions and the tigers. It's just
It's
so
just a raw shit.
It's for the look. It's just for the look, man. You know what? Like when I saw that character Ezekiel on Walking Dead, and he was a king in the kingdom.
Yeah, right.
And he got a big ass tiger.
Fucking tiger, bro.
Right.
You know. I was like, I'm looking at that. I'm like, man, these Edomites know, man. He's welcome to the kingdom. You know, brother with a big ass tiger, King Ezekiel. That shit was right. Bring him out, brother. Let him ride.
This is Acts chapter 28, verse 1. It says, and when they were escaped, they knew that the island was called Melita. It says, and the barbarian people shewed us no little kindness, for they kindled a fire to receive us everyone because of the precious rain and because of the cold. And when Paul had gathered a bundle of sticks and laid them on the fire, there came a viper out of the heat and fastened on his hand. And when the barbarians saw the venomous beast hang onto his hand, they said among themselves, no doubt this man is a murderer, whom though he have escaped the sea, yet vengeance suffered not to live. And he shook off the beast into the fire and felt no harm. Howbeit they looked when he should have swollen or fallen down dead suddenly. But after they had looked a great while and saw no harm come to him, they changed their minds and said that he was a god.
Yeah, they was like, man, this dude, man, the Lord is with this dude, man. Right? Because they didn't see what happened to people when one of the beasts get a clap on to them. It's like, damn, bro.
Oh, for this
man. Hey, can I have that thing that you right? Because you ain't gonna be here, man. Can you know?
Can I keep your tip?
Right. It's like, damn, when you know that work that you got,
Get those shekels, bro.
right. You know I would do it for you. You my man.
And that's with the Incredible Hulk. They tried to one of the movies, they tried to like put him to sleep and stuff, and all his body did was resistant and sneezed it out. You know what I'm saying? So you can't poison him, you can't shoot him with no bullets or anything.
Right.
So he's indestructible inwardly and outwardly.
Yeah, we're gonna be changed in the moment, man.
Twinkling of an eye, yes. All right. Raised incorruptible. Won't be able to die, won't be able to go off. Out of nowhere, just blink, just damn, I know righteousness. Won't even be able to sin, man.
Or can't sin. So we ain't have to worry about it ever. Well, hey, look, for those who get God mode, they keep it.
Yep.
You ain't gonna get it, they get it taken from you.
Right.
So we all striving to first of all, to make it. But to say that you don't want that, I want that. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie before the congregation and say that I don't want it. I want it.
So
I want to be able to wash my feet. You know what I'm saying?
That makes you pure wanting it. Right. That's really what the scripture said. That makes us pure. That gives us more. The fact that we can be honest and say we want those powers, that boosts our confidence, man, to know that we really believe Yahweh Shai.
Because I know somebody gonna get it.
Right. We really believe
I
we're
know
going to be
somebody
changed.
gonna get it. You know?
Hey, Paul said in 1 Corinthians 15, he said if we don't be changed, he said go eat and drink, but tomorrow we die. That's why we make the sacrifice, man. We ain't worried about now. We immortals, man. We already fucking immortals, man. That's why we don't give a fuck about this place, man. All right, that's why we make the sacrifice. We live the sacrifice. We know this ain't the end, like it said, second Esdras. This is not the end all where glory is to be held, man. We looking forward to glory.
That's right. And that what Leonidas said?
Yes.
Man, he said tonight we dine in hell, man. He was ready to die. All right. And this type, that type of valor, right? because he'd rather have fight than lived under the oppressive rule of these people that were trying to come, man.
Hey, what Cicero said that movement Dingo, he said, I ain't give you 1 year of sweat.
He said that right. I ain't gonna give you no lifetime of blood and sweat, break my back. He's like, shit, after you hang me, kiss my ass.
Facts. Hey, niggas out,
They
right?
told him, nigga, you killed me. I got away if it wasn't for your old ass.
So fucking 2/3 too while we at it, man.
That's
Hey,
right.
Howard Shah said, bring them here and slay them before me.
I want to,
So we
and I
with
hope
that,
I
man.
get that charge.
That's right, man. May the Lord bless us all to get that. May the Lord bless us to get the ability to destroy our enemies, tread over the high places, and take them spoils of women, man.
That's right.
Because I look forward to it, man.
Bring them right and be
Every
responsible.
first one.
And bring them before the Lord, you know, and those who are sanctioned to be brought before the Lord, you know. I want to be one of the men on that duty. Yahweh brought this out. Bring that scripture out, brother.
And it's Job 5:20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. And destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field,
Yes.
and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee.
Right, man. So you jump from a high place and come down right on the jagged hard rocks. You in league with them, man. Matter of fact, I might look at that rock and look at it and come at you like a torpedo, man. Let's see if you in league with it too. Right? Oh, I guess not, huh? You know?
If so, you'll be able to stop it.
Right. Can I bring this over quick?
Absolutely, brother.
Second, this concerning Elijah, 2 Kings, chapter 2, verse 24. They call him after they call him bald head. And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord.
Fuck them nigga babies.
And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood and tear 40 and 2 children of them. So yeah, them bears was in league and told them kids and stuff, man.
And it might not be, it might be big. They might have been bigger than the bears today.
No, it's not a maybe, it's facts.
Facts. Right. So imagine big ass bears, probably shit.
Bigger than that remnant bear.
Yeah, man. Coming at you, slicing and dicing and shit.
And you know them children, they ran and they scattered in different directions and stuff. The Lord had a target.
Yeah. Still get caught.
They trying to go up the tree and stuff. They're
Put their hand against the wall and like goes into that too.
They wouldn't study.
Go ahead, let's bring it up.
This is Psalm chapter 18, verse 28. It says, "For thou was like my candle, the Lord, and how my power was like my darkness." It says, "For by thee I have run through a troop, and by my power have I leaped over a wall." It says, "As for the Most High, his way is perfect, and the word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him." And that spiritual hedge and stuff is going to be part of the protection, you know.
God, can I get that Corinthians 15,
Got it.
verse 41st?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 40. It says, "There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars."
You can stop right there. And then to jump up to 50 now. All right.
Verses,
Just wanted to make that clarification that they're heavenly bodies and then they're earthly bodies. All right, go ahead.
1 Corinthians 15 and 50, it says, "Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God."
So basically, for those of us who are blessed to go up on them chariots, or just get even before the chariots come, because when that standard get lifted up, some brothers are gonna get it. That's because we have no defense. If Esau's to swarm us with every direction with their SWAT teams and all that shit and their drones, and we have no defense against that. All right. So when that standard get lifted up, none of that's gonna matter. All right. Go ahead.
Neither doth corruption inherit incorruption.
And these corrupt bodies, these sinful, wicked, fleshly bodies we're in, we can't inherit that. We're gonna have to be changed. Go ahead.
"Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed."
Right. So we can all be changed, man. So now all of us gonna die. And then if you keep reading, it's gonna tell you that those that are dead are gonna raise up first. All right, those of us, these beloved brothers who went to the spirit world serving Yahweh Bashem Shah. Okay.
In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed.
We're gonna be made perfect, man.
We'll be made perfect.
No more sin, which means no more death. That which means power.
Yep. We're gonna be 8 foot forever, jacked for no reason. And everybody gonna have them Pringles cans.
It's so wrong. Hey, you can change your statue. How Shah said that's a small thing. So you can go from 8 to 12. You can decide one day you want to be a short motherfucker. You go to 5. That's to show how raw the power is. You may have a tall bitch like I'm gonna shrink myself so I can thrash you bitch short. That's because you can do it.
He
said it's a small thing.
You're right.
Cheese, bread, all that stuff, all that sugar.
Yeah, we're gonna be able to eat and just enjoy ourselves. But you know what? And just to sit down in the presence of Yahweh Shai and have a cup of that wine, that 2,000-year-old, 2 millennium old, and I can only imagine the sizes of the warehouses and what the Lord has for us, man. He said, "For in my Father's house are many mansions." What He has for us, man. You know the goblets we gonna be drinking from. Our goblet gonna be worth the whole city of Chicago, man.
Yes,
over that. Different.
Just the one cup that one brother drinking from could fund a whole damn country.
The different fruits and spices and vegetables,
man.
other plants, different.
And I've eaten some of the best fruit I ever had was fruit that I tasted wild in Thailand. You know, the fruits that grow in that part of the world, and the Lord said He made the world for our sakes. And in Psalms 2:8 said the heathen is an inheritance to us, man. So all them fruits and all that stuff that I like is to always be in my dwelling place, man. Absolutely.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and 16, according to 17. For the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirits that we are the children of Yahweh.
That's right.
And if children, then heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Hamashiach.
Man, joint heirs, man. So guess what? Somewhere in heavenly place, there's a warehouse, man, or a place where all those crowns are that He's gonna put on those men. All right. Then those men are gonna get scepters. More than likely, they're gonna get swords. You're gonna get Yahweh Shah has an armory, man. All right? Yes. The Lord has an armory where you're going to get presented. Man, our minds, and that's just, it said our minds can even begin to conceive, man. Because everything that I'm saying is going to be magnified beyond what I can even think about, man.
Will the swords be places?
Well, who knows? That'd be what you want, man. You know, every time you grab the sword, it just lights on fire.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And then when you put it in the sheath, the fire goes away. When you pull it out, it's like, hey, you don't know what the Lord got for us. And the truth is that the power you ain't gonna even need the sword. It's just because it's
wrong. Yeah. Like the angels.
It's just because it's the look, man.
The angels really don't need the chariots, but they grab these down.
Well, that's the thing. The Lord is about to make us like unto Him. The Lord Himself said He don't need a house. He don't need the beasts of the field. But He's going to give all that to us, man. And the difference is that we're going to be on the earth to use it. But the Lord is going to make us in the spirit to only need Him. Yeah, and we're going to have Him.
We won't be affected by extreme heat or extreme cold.
Yeah.
We just sit down wherever we are and just be peaceful, be chilling. Yeah. Where everybody else is, cold, hot.
Why you cold?
What's that weapon? Our favorite weapon among the brothers, the ray guns and sapphire.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of brothers like that shit. Hell, I like it. My father told me, he said, hey, you build one, put a cooler in it, man, it's going to get too hot. Esau, man, you screwed, man.
Yeah, he's screwed, man. Yeah. And he had already admitted on national TV that the technology that these chariots have are 1,000 to 100 to 1,000 years ahead of what he has. Yeah. Guess what? It's more than that.
It really is.
It's more than that, man. Yeah. All right? It's way more than that. You can never, the best thing that even the stuff that you haven't revealed that you have, it's still going to be substantial.
Right.
So, not substantial to compete is what I meant to say with the technology that, you know, just like you, the whole world saw you fire those missiles at those chariots that were letting out that black liquid looking stuff, and then the big explosion, and the chariots just kept doing what they was doing. Your missiles had no effect. You don't stand a chance, man. It's done.
Sweet, man. Hey, we just imagine how the building's gonna look, the technology and shit.
Right? This is like this is like an ant versus a boot.
Yep.
Right? You ain't gonna make it, man. Right? The ant can train, crawl up and down the wall, crawl up and down the block, pulling rocks on his little back. You gonna lose, man. Right?
Can I finish this right quick?
Absolutely, brother.
If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together.
So we got endurance to the end.
Right.
That's what endurance.
Matter of fact, let's get ready to wrap it. You brothers got some last scripture. Let me get some Rock 4 and 28. Let that be the last one. Bring out what y'all got.
This was with Solomon 9 and 15. For the corruptible body pressures down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle wears down the mind and musing upon many things. And hardly do we guess aright at things that are upon the earth, and with labor do we find the things that are before us, but the things that are in heaven, who have searched out.
That goes to Isaiah. Says, I have not seen, nor have perceived the things the Lord has stored up for the elect, man. So if we can imagine, it's gonna be raw, man. Because right now we in a low as a state, man.
The lowest state.
Even our imagination is low, man. But the Lord got us, man. Whatever our heart desire, He got us on that. And in fact, the Lord's so raw. I'm gonna grab this precept in Isaiah real quick. Somebody got something, get it.
It's Isaiah 41 and 9. It says, "Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness." You know what I'm saying? So pretty much when we get that spiritual powers and stuff, that's the Lord bringing us up. You know what I'm saying? You know, the first spiritual power is us receiving His wisdom, because now we know how to maneuver in this world of evil. You know what I'm saying? But then we're gonna have that second step of spiritual power. It says, verse 11, it says, "Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them, even them that contend with thee. But they that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught." So you're not going to be able to do anything and stuff. You're going to be truly outclassed.
Yeah. This is Isaiah 60. We got more than that. This is Isaiah 65. I get to the point. 24. "And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear." So the Lord already got goodies prepared for us. But say we get to the other side and want something else, which we will, because there's always more. Like the Lord is infinite, so we're going to want X, Y, Z. But right as we're thinking about it, right as we ask it, right before we ask for it, the Lord said He's going to give it to us, man. All right, so we can't even fathom what's on the other side, man, because it's going to increase all the time. The Lord's too raw, man.
That's you.
That's going to be something. Right. You're going to be like, man, damn, Lord, if I could just, oh, shit, it's right there.
Yeah, we know the kind of will we like. Oh, yeah, I know what you like.
Yeah, the Lord knows what you like.
You know, raw ass white.
He know what you like.
So He that made the mind shall not know the thoughts.
I didn't even
He
know I
know us
wanted
that
this,
we
but I
know
want.
ourselves. It says that all things that before thee thou dost not know. And the Lord got some stuff that we ain't even thought of. When He went into the kingdom, He got even more stuff we ain't thought of. That He far exceeds us. He
Right.
God for it.
God.
The kingdom go. Oh man, may the Lord bless us to endure, bro. Fuck this place. This shit is temporary. Everything, even the damn any moment, this concrete open and motherfuckers fall through this bitch. Everything about this place is temporary, bro.
Yep.
We want the kingdom.
That's
We
right.
want gold streets. We drink that wine. We have a shot. Each cup is gonna have its own design, and that's an example of that in the Book of Esther. And that was a heathen king. So he's gonna have them raw with cups in that. God, I don't even want to call them cups, man. Right, God was regal. Bro, it's gonna have crystal on the top, rubies, gold. I'm already trying to picture how mine gonna look, bro. It's gonna be raw in that.
like I said, the value of it is going
Street to that.
right, and the value of it is going to be greater than anything you've ever. Just your goblet alone. We ain't talking about the rest of your dwelling. Right. Yeah. The goblet you sitting up drinking with, man. You know.
Then look,
Mighty as hell.
you finish your goblet and drink this foul of him.
Right.
Yeah.
Never ending.
You get your goblet full of wine and whatnot. You gigantic and all your slaves real small, and then a little splash of your wine and stuff drown them.
Like ants and shit.
Stop stealing. That's what I'm talking about.
Sirach chapter 4, verse 28. It says, strive for the truth unto death.
Unto death, man. There's no retirement. All right, so you know that dude. I've said it all along, man. I wasn't feeling that dude. You know, I thought he was shady, and he proved it to be so. And all you people that follow him. But yeah, but we're supposed to strive. And yes, I'm talking about Alizé of the Sakari. And anybody, matter of fact, the Lord gonna break that group up. And anybody that's sincere in there is they're gonna, you know, gravitate their way. Because if he was a righteous, because look, I never forgot what he did to Elder Yerah, man. Yeah. Fuck that nigga. I never forgot that shit. Yeah. That shit didn't sit well with me, man. You're gonna have some street cats come up to camp, you know, and still on a brother while he teaching. Unawares, I ain't got no beef with you. You know, and I'm teaching and you come and still on me, man. And then got people filming and freeze framing. Because what people don't realize is that the elder got up with the flops on that dude still on. But that part that, you know, right, you know, and so they trying to clown the elder. Look, man, I ain't forgot about that shit, man.
So he
shit.
He officially retired.
That goes to show he was still in the streets, man. And it wasn't even no physical thing. Right. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, you know, because you know the elder was known for pulling off his garment and inviting people to that. You know, they got that law in Washington State where you know you can call somebody out and fight them head up. There's some word for it. I don't know. And you know y'all can get down. If something happened to them, that's on them. All right. Basically, that's a law in that state, man. And so, you know, the old videos of, hey, look, man, hey, look, you want to get out, there's some combat thing. He would invite the, hey, come on, let's do it. You know? But he didn't have no beef with that dude, man. But Sakari, you know, being a street dude that he is, he looking at this truth, you know, as an avenue to advance himself and make money. That's all he saw. He saw the dollar signs. And so he broke away and started merchandising immediately. Right. All right. Merchandising immediately. The dude had to use his rap skills and his gift of gab, you know, and talk the real good game, you know, and elevated and self-proclaimed himself to a status that he never truly was. All right. And he been going off for a long time, and now finally, and it's clear that dude took that bag. He took one. He got a duffel bag. He a duffel bag boy.
So he retired just in time that gun got away.
No, he a duffel bag boy, man. That's why all of a sudden, you know, Hebrews ain't the word of God, man. When I heard that, I was like, okay. But yeah, man, we supposed to strive to this truth to death, man.
You said your house said be a good soldier, endure to the end.
Right, and exactly because he tells you that if they who would do it to the end shall inherit the kingdom of heaven. So I pray that the Lord never take that spirit off me or any of these brothers, man. And that we endure to the end, and because the end is close. I can't see the finish line, but I know it's there. Right. And I know it ain't years off in the distance either, man.
You talk about knocking on people's doors, so you've been jazzed.
Yeah. So this is close. Yeah. It's close, and they talking about doing that, and they ain't really talking that. That's not an issue that this state gonna have. At least not right. They're not talking about it. Where they're talking about doing that is in the South. And the South are the main ones bucking up against this, man.
Yeah, I read
them southern states.
Arizona said no.
You know, yeah. So yeah, them southern states, man. And guess what? This time, so basically what they about to do, Esau divided, the house divided cannot stand. All right? And not only is when the South rises again, guess what? It's a whole bunch of northern states gonna join unto them. Because it's a lot. Because I know that the governor in Indiana, he ain't with that shit. The governor in Wisconsin ain't with that shit. Now this punk ass fruitcake we got, he with it, all right. But There's a lot more northern states. Arizona ain't with it. All right. So it's a whole lot of states that ain't with that, man. And so they get ready to have some problems. And that makes sense too why Jade Helm was done in those cities mostly. And then why you saw all that military hardware over the last year when they was filming up, all that military hardware went down to that area. Now it all makes sense. All right, because that's where it's gonna kick off at. You got one more, bro?
No.
All right, hey, so with that, man, we're gonna give all praises, doing honor
To Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash.
Above, above.
He's that way.